welcome back to my channel. I'm Kelsey with Healthy with Kelsey, the body positive fitness channel that brings you home workouts under 30 minutes. Today I'm coming at you with one of my most requested videos for people who have tight hips. I get people all the time who say, Kelsey, my hips are so tight, they're locked up. I feel like I can't move. I feel like I can't squat. Everything I do, I feel like I'm stiff. So I say to them, you need to get moving. And today I'm coming at you with 10 hip mobility stretches that are going to help you improve your range of motion, give you less pain, ease off some of that tension in your hips, and help you improve all of your functional movement patterns like squats and deadlifts. So if you're ready, you don't need any equipment, grab your mat and let's get started. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kelsey with Healthy with Kelsey, the body positive fitness channel that brings you home workouts under 30 minutes. And today we're talking all about hip mobility. That's right. Our hips tend to get very, very tight just from our day-to-day life and our day-to-day activities. For the majority of people, we spend too much time sitting. Okay, too much time sitting with a lot of decompression on the spine. It makes it very, very tight. It makes us have poor mobility, moving side to side, bending at the waist, and also feeling very tight in the front of the quadriceps. So today I'm coming at you with 10 stretches that you can do that is going to help improve your hip mobility and give you better range of motion so that you can feel good, not just from the outside, but on the inside too. So let's get started. We're going to begin in a seated position, placing your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart and taking your hands behind you on the floor. We're going to drop the knees over to the right and then windshield them over to the left, side to side. Now our goal is to do this about 20 or so times. And as you drop your knees in, feel that little bit of massaging underneath your glutes. I find that it's very often that people have tight hips, that they also have very tight glutes, right? I look at it this way. If you don't use it, you lose it. If you sit on it, your butt, you're not going to have enough flexibility in that area. So if you don't use it, you lose that mobility, you lose that range of motion. Good, give me about 2 more on each side. Dropping those knees, and on each rotation getting a little bit deeper, knees get a little bit closer to the floor. If you find that you're scooching down your mat, that's okay. Good, and then coming back to center, we're gonna pull our feet in, tucking one leg under, and then bringing one of our feet up on top of the knee. That way we feel that stretch underneath that right glute, underneath that right hip. And we're gonna hug our arm around the knee and around the foot. If you can connect your hands, you can stay here. This is called a cradle stretch. So we're cradling our knee or cradling our leg and deepening that stretch underneath the hip. Now from this position, you can also lower your chest a little bit deeper towards the floor to intensify the stretch, or you can sit a little bit more upright to take some of that pressure off. I invite you here to close your eyes and hold this position for about the next 15 to 20 seconds. Excellent. Gently blinking your eyes open, bring your hands down, uncross the leg, and we're going to switch sides to do the same thing. So taking that left foot, placing it up on top of that right knee, tucking that bottom leg under, wrapping my left arm around the knee, wrapping my right arm around my foot and cradling that leg. Now again, one side may feel quite different than the other side. So there's no problems, there's no harm if one side you can't quite reach your hands together. Simply just do the best that you can. You can grab onto the knee, you can just grab onto the foot and gently lean forward. You're still going to feel the depth of that stretch, especially if it's quite tight. So again, I'm inviting you to close your eyes and spend the next 15 to 20 seconds stretching this side. Excellent. Gently uncross, and let's come into tabletop position. Our third stretch, we're going to start with a nice neutral spine, our knees tucked underneath our hips, and our hands underneath our shoulders. Eyes are looking down and forwards so that we keep our head nice and neutral with the spine. From here, we're going to shift our weight into our left leg, pick up that right knee, and circle that right knee out and around, almost as if we're drawing a circle in the sky with the knee. We're going to complete about 15 rotations on this side and then switch. Five more. Starting to feel that glute activate. And lower the knee back down. Same thing on the other side. We shift our weight over to the right, pick up that left knee, and circle that left knee out and around for 15 revolutions. Five more. Excellent. Lowering that knee down. We're going to roll ourselves up, coming into a kneeling position, taking a big step forward on that right foot, pushing the hips forward and hinging, feeling that stretch into the front of the left hip flexor. You can release your back toe if that feels good for you. Raise your arms up and sink into the hips. Allow your shoulders to relax. Let them drop away from your ears. Again, you can close your eyes, and we're holding this posture for 15 to 20 seconds. Good. Gently lower the arms, push off that front leg. Place that right knee down and then take a big step forward on your left foot. Same thing. We send the hips forward. We raise our arms. Relax the shoulders and breathe for another 15 to 20 seconds. Now, I use 15 to 20 seconds as a guide because most people don't have a lot of time. But by all means, if you've got the time, feel free to hold these postures longer. Anywhere between 1 to 2 minutes each will give you really great relaxation and allow the muscles to relax enough to really get a deep stretch. If you're short on time though, 15 to 20 seconds is better than none at all. Excellent. Lower the arms, sit the hips back. We're going to come onto our back into a laying knee hug. So on our back, extending the legs out. Relax your shoulders on the floor. Relax your head on the floor. Relax your back on the floor. We're going to raise the right knee up, interlace our fingers, and wrap our hands around our knee, bringing the knee out to the side and gently in so that we're avoiding the rib cage. Otherwise, we get that compression on the ribs, which can make it difficult to breathe. So we want to allow for some space for our belly. Shoulders down, head relaxed, and breathe here 15 to 20 seconds. Good. Gently releasing that leg. And just simply notice how one side feels compared to the other. Pick up that left foot. Draw the knee in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers. And again, bringing it out to the side. And then in. Compressing into the ribs, but avoiding them entirely. Relaxing here, shoulders drop down to the floor, and breathe for 15 to 20 seconds. Good, release the leg. And then from here, we're going to bend the knees, pull our heels in towards our bum, take that right leg and cross it over the left knee. Picking up the left foot, we're gonna take it into a figure 4. So reaching through, a little more space with my line, reaching through around that left leg through the legs, and grabbing a hold of your left hand, we relax our shoulders and head down towards the floor as we gently pull that knee in. This is going to give us that deep stretch underneath the glutes, again, leading into the IT band, leading into the hips. Now, sometimes the stretch can feel a little bit uncomfortable or we can't quite reach our hands together. Just like we did in the seated position, you can take your hand to your outer thigh and your other hand to your foot and gently pull your leg towards you. It's also a really great way to get that deep stretch if you don't quite have the flexibility to wrap your hands around your leg. Holding here 15 to 20 seconds. Good, release the hands, lower your foot, and switch sides. Bringing that left foot over the right knee, picking up the right foot, reaching through around the legs, interlacing the fingers with your other hand, and relaxing your shoulders towards the floor. If you are doing the other way, placing your hand on your foot and your thigh, you can continue with that position. We're holding it here for 15 to 20 seconds. Good. Release the hands, release the foot. And we're gonna come over to our front side. All right, so coming back into tabletop position here, we're taking it into frog pose. Frog pose is our 7th exercise. And we're gonna take our knees nice and wide, about the width of your mat. From here, we're gonna take our feet and bring them out even a little bit wider. So this is our position. Our knees are wide, our feet are wider than our knees, and we have the option to stay here up on our hands. With nice wide knees, you're going to feel that stretch on the inner thighs. Now you can stay here if this feels okay to you. For most people, this is already uncomfortable enough. Or you can take it a little bit further by dropping your hands down towards your elbows and resting it here. Breathing into that discomfort, or staying in an upright position here for 15 to 20 seconds. Good, gently blinking your eyes open. Now coming out of this posture can feel a little uncomfortable. I recommend bringing in one knee, then the other, in, alternating sides to come out of it. Otherwise it might feel very tight within the groin and very tight within the hips. Our 8th stretch is called an INSTEP lunge. We're coming into a high plank position to start. From here, we take a big step forward, bringing that right foot right up to that right knee. Now you're more than welcome to stay here and allow your hips to drop down, or you can lower your knee towards the floor and hold it here. Now there's a way to deepen the stretch. If you want to take it to the next level, you can take your right hand off the floor, raise it up, stacking one hand over the other, and breathing here. You can also rest your hand on your thigh and breathe 15 to 20 seconds on this side. Keep sending your hips forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that hand back down to meet the other one. Lift off that back knee if you're on it. Take a big step back and come back into your high plank. Other side. Big step forward with that left foot. Option again to drop down or lower the knee towards the floor. Take that left hand, stack it on top of the other hand, or bring that hand down to your knee and simply hold 15 to 20 seconds. Good. Gently bringing that hand down to meet the other one, tucking that back toe under, lifting the knee, and stepping back into your high plank. Now our 9th stretch is called Pigeon Pose, and we're going to do it sleeping pigeon style. So we're going to lift our hips all the way up. This is a great opportunity to come into a resting posture. Downward dog. From here, we're going to extend our right leg up towards the sky into 3-legged dog, so that when we shift our weight forward, we bring our right knee to our right elbow, rotate our foot, and slide our left leg back. That way we feel again that stretch underneath that right hip. And then taking it into a sleeping pigeon. So this is pigeon pose. To take it into sleeping pigeon, we're going to drop down to our elbows. Check in to see if that feels like it's enough. If it is, you can stay here. Or you can extend your arms forward and lower your forehead to the floor for sleeping pigeon. Holding it here and breathing 15 to 20 seconds. Good. Gently coming up, coming back to your hands, tucking that back toe under, and then stepping back with that right foot. Feel free to come into your downward dog, shake out those legs. We're going to repeat the same thing on the left. So coming into your 3-legged dog, bringing that left knee towards your left elbow, weight shifts forward, rotate your foot, and then slide your right leg back so that you feel that stretch now under your left hip flexor. From here, option 1, tenting your fingertips to either side for regular pigeon, coming down onto your elbows, or taking it all the way out to sleeping pigeon. Lowering your forehead towards the floor and breathing here for 15 to 20 seconds. Excellent. Gently coming out of that position, back onto your hands if you had them extended. Good. Bringing your hands to either side of your hip, tucking that back toe under, and stepping your left leg back. Pump it out one more time. Feel that blood flow back towards your knees, your hips, your toes. And then from here, begin to walk your hands towards your feet into a forward fold. We're going to be taking it down into garland pose for our final posture. I'm just going to turn so you have a better view. We want our feet to be about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider, but not too wide. And from here, we're going to bend the knees, tucking our tailbone down between our legs. If you need to take your feet again a little bit wider, you can. And then bringing our hands to heart center, closing your eyes, using your elbows to gently push the knees open and feeling that deep stretch through the hips and groin. Now, if you can't quite get to this posture, you're more than welcome to stay here on your knees, roll your shoulders back, and as time prevails, you'll be able to sink a little bit deeper down until eventually you'll come all the way with your bum past your knees into a nice deep posture. Bringing your hands together again and breathing here for 15 to 20 seconds. Excellent. Feel free to come down onto your hands, drop your knees, finishing off in a kneeling position. Bring your hands to your lap, close your eyes, and just do a quick scan over your body and notice how you feel. Notice if you feel a little bit looser through your hips, if you feel a little bit less tight through your upper back and your shoulders. Notice how it feels even to just be in this kneeling position with your knees bent. Maybe your thighs are not as tight as they were a few minutes ago. Gently blinking your eyes open. Take this opportunity to thank yourself for showing up today, to moving with me and through these 10 hip mobility postures. I hope that doing this work on a daily basis is going to provide you a lot more relief. It's going to ease off some tension in your hips. It's going to give you better range of motion. It's going to make your squats easier. It's going to make your deadlifts easier. It's going to make all of your functional movement patterns better. And I encourage you, coming in and doing this little bit of stretching every day is going to help. But what is even more important is getting up and moving as much as you can, staying active, avoiding long periods of sitting, and that is going to really make all the difference. So thank you. I hope to see you back again soon. Thank you for joining me on the Healthy with Kelsey fitness channel, and have a beautiful rest of your day.